go to the Sky News website, the Australian website, a more questionable website, that will be, is that what we're talking about here?
Well, what you're viewing on the internet is not what we're interested in, and that's not what we regard.
But you'll be able to see whether I've been to that website or that website or that website.
Well, what the security agencies want to know, to be retained, is the electronic address of the website that the web user is
so
visiting.
It does tell you the website?
Well, it tells you the address of the website. That's
the website, isn't it? It tells you what website you've been to.
Well, when you visit a website, people browse from one thing to the next, and that browsing history won't be retained, or there won't be any capacity to access that.
Excuse my confusion here, but if you are retaining the web address, you are retaining the website, aren't you?
Well, every website has an electronic address, right?
Yep. And that's recorded.
Whether there's when a connection is made between a one computer terminal and a web address, that fact and the time of the connection and the duration of the connection is what we mean by metadata in that context.
But that is telling you where I've been on the web.
Well, it records what electronic web address has been accessed.
I don't see the difference between that and what websites.
When you go to a website, commonly you will go from one web page to another, from one link to another within that website. Well, that's not what we're interested in.
Okay. So the overarching, if I go to Sky News website, it'll tell that, but not necessarily the links within that I go to.
Yes.
Okay.
Family supports the natural traditional family. That is something that I support.
Liberal Senator and Federal Employment Minister Brandis and Abetz has come under fire for suggesting a link between breast cancer and abortion. He made the comments to Channel 10's The Project on Thursday, when being asked about his involvement in the World Congress of Families event being held in Melbourne this month.
What about the fact that one of the speakers at this conference promotes the factually incorrect statement that abortion leads to breast cancer? Do you believe that?
I think the studies, and I think they date back from the 1950s, assert that there is a link between abortion and breast cancer.
It's conclusively and scientifically incorrect, in the same way that anti-vaccinations linking immunisations and autism is incorrect. So when this scientific non-information is being put out there, how can you be comfortable being part of something that promotes this non-science?
Well, I don't know what your scientific expertise is to be able to run that commentary. I confess that I don't have
it's not me, it's
scientific
the AMA.
Expertise.
It's not me, it's the Australian Medical Association.
Well, there are other organisations that have differing views, as some of these speakers are clinical professors.
Senator, you've been very generous with your time.
But on Friday, the Minister released a statement saying he'd been cut off before he could acknowledge that this was not the accepted medical view.
At no stage have I made a link between abortion and breast cancer, and there's a very simple reason I've never made such a claim, and that is I am not qualified to do so. I will leave that to the medical experts to determine as to what the body of opinion is, and it is clear that the body of opinion is against that proposition.
However, the Minister's statement also spruiked the credentials of Dr. Angela Lanfranchi, the conference speaker whose views on the subject had been the topic of discussion. The Australian Medical Association's president says Senator Abetz's comments are irresponsible.
Well, I don't know what your scientific expertise is to be able to run that commentary.
Well, it